Wildcards change everything in video poker, but most players have no idea how to use them properly. I'm about to show you the exact strategy that makes those deuces actually work for you instead of against you. Welcome, I'm Smak. We're diving deeper into Deuces Wild strategy training. If you caught the first video, you know this game is completely different from Jacks or Better. Those 4 wildcards flip the entire strategy on its head. Today, we're building on the basics and getting into the real decision making that separates smart players from everyone else just hoping to get lucky. Same learning approach, over the shoulder gameplay with realistic feedback, so we can master these wildcard situations together through actual practice, not just theory. We've ended off at 3,810 credits, and let's continue. That's a great sound to start off with, going through and getting 3 5s. We also do have a straight flush draw, but it's not as good as the 3 5s because they're already winning. And let's go and draw. Here we go. Over here is going to be our expected value. This is our EV. This will show the best hand we could use, and we did select the correct one. It'll let us know with a pop-up if we make a mistake. And the idea is to try to get perfect play, because that gives you the best chance of winning on these. Every mistake you make hurts you in the long run. I should say hurts you in the long run over time. You can get lucky and get the right thing, but these are decisions we make that suggest we play for a long period of time, and these basically even out in our favor. Here we're going to hold the pair. Pair is strong in deuces. Wild, just like Jacks or Better. And we went and got a deuce, which will give us 3 of a kind, which just pays for the hand that we played. It's no extra. So 3 of a kind's nice, but remember, we need bigger hands when we're playing Deuces Wild. And this is an interesting one to get. And here we have a straight flush or a flush. We have a straight flush draw or an already won flush. Wow. I'm really thinking we go for the straight flush. Let me see what the difference is. Here we're holding this flush with 15. Straight flush is actually only 45. So you're only looking at tripling. So because of that, maybe it's not the straight flush. Maybe it is just holding the flush. I was originally going to go for it, but now I'm thinking we just take the guaranteed 15. Let's see what happens. So right move there. Let's take a look. 15, because it's 15, we're not getting any more, any less. The EV is 15. So I knew the EV was going to be at 15. So for the straight flush with the wild card, we're looking at 11.4. So we definitely made the right decision. Crazy hand to start, and I almost messed up until I looked at the pay table and made sure to get it correct. Here we're going to hold the deuce. Do we hold the 4 and the 7? I don't think so. I think it's just the deuce. And that was correct. Deuce. Holding a 2 or wild all the time is a good idea. As many of them as you can hold, but sometimes you get this straight flush draw and you're definitely going to hold that. This could be the 9 of diamonds or something else if the 9 of diamonds comes. Let's see if we could hit our straight flush. No, but we can hit a straight and we'll take it. 3 9s, great starter hand. Let's see if we can get more, preferably 5 of a kind. It's where it really takes off. You know, we're only at 5. 4 of a kind's 20, and then 5 of a kind's 75. And we did hit the 4 of a kind, so we'll take it. Nice. Here, we almost had a straight flush if we wouldn't have held the 9 of diamonds, but, you know, it is what it is. And straight flushes aren't really that amazing. A lot of times, if you don't get a deuce and you don't get a pair, you're just going to go through and redraw. Unless you have a queen 10 of diamonds, of course, because if you just redrew with a queen 10 of diamonds, it would cost you 6 cents out of every $1.25. And this is new information for me. Royal flush area we do hold, especially when there's no deuces it's showing. and maybe even with the deuces, but I doubt it because the pay table drops a lot then. So queen 10 of diamonds, we're holding. And we'll take the 3 10s. So it did work out. Queen 10, 18, and then redraw about 16. Open-ended. I feel like we gotta go for that, right? Straights 10. Let's see. Yep. Right move, right call, and we hit. Nice. All right. If you like this interface and you want to try it, I have a link down below. You can play this absolutely free. Also, you can go ahead and use the Pro Trainer. However, there is a membership fee for that, and you can use that and it'll give you the EV. But you could just use the blue area here for free, no charge. Also, I am giving away one month membership every month. All you have to do is comment, like, and subscribe, and I will pick one around the 29th of every month, and I'll reply to your comment, and we'll get you set up with a free 1 month. Good luck on the giveaway, and that's going to be going on from now on. We're going to be doing that. I can choose any video, so just know that. Boom. 3 8s. We'll take it. Here we have a wild, and this is a replay, so it must be from game 1 because I don't really remember this. So we are going to go with these 3. And that's correct. Good. I remember royal flush. They really want you to get a royal flush for some reason. Even though with deuces it's only 125, but I guess that's still pretty decent. Here we got 4 10s though, which works well too. Speaking of 10s, they're still coming. Can we get 2 more? Almost. 4 10s, 2 hands in a row. Can we do a third? The trifecta. It's on. It's not on. There's a gut shot, but pair strong, so we're gonna hold the pair. And got our money back. We got a pair of jacks. Nope. We're gonna go with the 9s. We do have a straight draw plus like a gapper, but I feel like it's still the 3 9s. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. 3 9s, 9.3, and that straight draw is 4.89. So definitely the right move there. Still, 4.89 is not bad, but not when you have a guaranteed winner. 3 natural jacks. And that's all we're getting on that hand. We have another straight draw here, open-ended with the deuce. Oh, what did I do? Oh, the straight flush. Really? 3 to a straight flush. That's odd. Alright, it's even. You got me. Only people that come here often are gonna know that joke. Anyway, we'll go with this one. That's pretty crazy. Look how close it is. 2 cent difference. Second decimal point. As one that isn't going to really make that big of a deal if you make a mistake on, but we are trying to play perfect play, so that's what we're doing. Here we have no pair, and we have no deuce, and no royal or straight flush draws, so we are going to redraw. And miss. Let's try again. 3 jacks again. See if we can get another fish hook. Nope. 9s are hot too. 9s and jacks. They're on fire. All right. This is a replay. I remember the straight flush draw, so we'll just hold that. I'm still really surprised that that's so high. But I guess a wild does change things. All right, jacks. Nothing there. And here we'll go ahead and hold the deuce, but we also have 2 to a straight flush, so I'm assuming, because it's basically the same situation as before, we'll hold those. And let's roll. And now it's going to tell me no. Why? I don't know. 5.0 versus 4.8. I mean, it is lower, but I mean, 6-8 of hearts is very similar to 4-6 of clubs, no? I guess as the cards go lower, so do the odds. Okay, I'll try to remember that. That's a tough one. Not easy to explain. As we go through, I'm sure we'll figure it out more. This one will hold the kings. Pair strong. Here we go. Haven't had anything insane yet. We have 2 pair here. Let's see what happens. Negative. All right, here comes all the luck. We got a royal flush draw with a deuce. Let's do it. No, almost a flush, almost a straight, but almost doesn't count. Here we'll do the 8s. Another pair, but that's not going to be enough. King, queen on this one. There we go, we got a straight. Also, if you like these videos and you want more videos, or you want them earlier, we do have a membership here. You could just click join or the link down below. It is a paid service that helps give back to the channel and gives you access to more content and earlier content, and helps you figure out what games you want to play. Aww. I do take suggestions on the boards, so make sure you go through and let me know. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm assuming you hold the 8. That's a gut shot, but I still think it's just the spades. That was correct. 1.99 versus 1.7. Okay. We got a wild here. We do have an open-ended. But is that what we want to do? I got this hand wrong last episode. I probably should just do the deuce, unless that's what I did last time. I'm gonna hold the deuce. I figure out how I messed up before because of what the hand is. But if you look here, the open-ended was not even on the radar. I guess when you have a deuce, it's more powerful to go through and hold the 2 or a straight flush type hand. Here we have 2 snowmen. It's getting there. Starting to get cold here. I don't know about where you are. I'll tell you, I'm freezing today. And it's not even that cold yet. So now we have a deuce. But we also have the 8 to 10. So we did hold, what was it, 8-6 suited with the deuce in the middle, so I'm assuming we'd hold 10-8 suited with the deuce in the middle. And so close. 5.09 versus 5.0. Okay. So yeah, still stronger than the straight draw, but it is close. Almost hit it. And this is going to be is it a complete redraw? Gut shot? I don't know what a gut shot is on deuces. I don't remember. I think a redraw is 1.6. I think a gut shot's 1.7 now. I think we hold. Yeah. So gut shot's 1.7 and redraw is a little lower than 1.6. Right move. Just didn't get it. Here we'll do some 6s. Yes. Nope. Nothing there. 6s were correct at 2.7. Now, I don't remember what 3 to a flush was. Something tells me it's a complete redraw. I mean, there's Jack 9, but I don't think that's strong enough. Yeah, I think it's a redraw. Good. So redraw was 1.5. 6-7 was 1.4. Nothing else was on the radar. 3 to a flush was 1.3. So 3 to a flush is not going to be held unless it's something that can be put together. And we're in a similar situation here. Redraw. There it is. 5-6 is going to be your second hand that you would have kept, but, you know, redraw is stronger, so we redraw there. And we get 3 parts to a royal. Here we have 4s. Let's go ahead and use those. And let's have a heart. Hey, the game has a heart. 3.8. We'll take it. Pair of 6s here. Let's get it. Alright, it's time to get lucky here. This is a replay. I'm assuming it's this. There's more than one gap in there. Oops. I'm gonna give that replay a lot more now. Oh, 3 queens. Let's get some more. Okay. I mean, I think we're up a little from where we started, and the hands have felt kind of blah so far to me, so I guess that's good. Redraw. Nope. Here we go. We'll go with 3s. And that's the correct move there. Ooh, a deuce where it's part of the straight flush. That's ugly because that kind of makes that hand a lot worse. However, we have ace king of spades for a royal flush. So let's try that one. How close can we get? Am I right? Crazy. Here, we're definitely going to hold this, and I think that's it. There's too much room between the suited cards. Right move, we picked up 2 more 10s, and we got our money back. Pair of 4s versus a 1-gapper straight flush, or open-ended straight. Wow, a lot of stuff going on here. I still think it's the 4s. However, the open-ended is pretty powerful too. All 3 of these are good candidates, but I think the pair is going to beat them. So let's take a look here. Pair was the strongest, 2.7, and then the open-ended was 2.5, so that was very close. And then the straight flush was 2.3. All 3 hands were pretty strong picks. Ooh. We have that or we have that. We know a pair is around 2.7-ish. What would this be? I don't know. I kind of feel like it would be the jack, but a pair is strong. I'm gonna hold the 5s. I think. Final answer. Final answer. Lock it in. 2.7, I was right on the 5s, and the other was 2.06. That's the number I couldn't figure out. Like, I couldn't figure out where that was in the graph here. So good to know. Double gapper, you know, we're missing the 8 and the 10. That was 2.0. Okay. Glad we got it right. 579. That's odd. Nothing. Wow. What a draw. 4 aces. Did you see the people that are signed up with this site already? Did you see the email that goes out? They send out an email like once a month and they show like the hand of the month. It was insane. Someone was playing 100 hands and they bet, and on the main hand they got a royal flush dealt, which means they get a royal flush on all of them. The machine, they said, instantly went crazy, didn't even ask to hold, just automatically took over and put royal flushes on all 100 and hit a jackpot. I was like, that's insane. I'd love that to happen. That's got to feel really good to hit something like that. At least I think. I can't say from experience. And I think it's just a deuce. Wait. Yeah, I knew it was the other. So close. 1 cent difference. Look how close that is. 10, 9, 8, deuce. Hold over just a deuce. So close. We got a flush draw. I'm assuming it's just a flush. Can't go wrong with that, right? Nothing to break up here. And no. So 3.8 versus 1.6. So yeah, definitely right move. 2 deuces, but now we have Jack 7, 8, 9. Oh my. Is it the Jack 7 or is it just the 2 deuces? Now the big thing is we got to remember 4 deuces is really high up there. So 4 deuces is really important. So even though a straight flush, which is only 45, is nice, 4 deuces is 1,000. So we're gonna hold the 4 deuces or 2 deuces, and I hope it's correct. We got the 6 of clubs and the 10 of clubs, but it wouldn't have mattered because the 10 would have had to come first. Anyway, we still hit 20, so that's pretty good. 4 of a kind worked, and here you can see 15.1 on the deuces and 13.6 on the straight flush draw. Well, last time it said to do this, so I did it and it worked. Straight off the bat, we're just gonna take it. Nothing to really think about here because it's 2 and 2. If it was 3 and 1, maybe. Nothing worthy here to hold. Let's get some good dealt finished hand. Or not. All right. I think it's just the deuce. Or is it that too? I say just the deuce this time, but I'm probably wrong. I was correct. Of course I was correct. 4.9? How can you doubt me? 4.9 versus 4.14. All right. 2-head didn't hit, but we still did the correct. We're just going to redraw. I was trying to find something in those cards, but there was just nothing to be found. There's a pair of aces. Nope. All right, we got a deuce. Now we have the 3, 4 of hearts. And I would think this is tough because even though it's kind of open-ended, the 2 of hearts is a wild. So that could make it less desirable. Because if you get a 2 of hearts, you know, it's the same as using a wild. I'm going to try it, though I'm going to preface by saying it's probably just a 2. Yeah, it's probably just a 2. And it was just a 2. 5.0 versus 4.5. 12 cents every $1.25 bet. Over time. Ouchie. Except I would have got a 4 and a deuce. So I would have hit this time around. Funny how that works. Sevens? Let's do it. We're going to go Jack, Queen, because they're next to each other? Yes. And it's in that royal area. That royal area gives you a little extra push there. 6s with a deuce. So we will take 3 of a kind to start. See if we can improve. Not this time. Deuce. Looks like we have 4 spades, but remember, this spade doesn't count because this is wild. This could be anything. This could even be a decent thing to hold itself. And I think that might be it. I don't think you hold the jack. Let's see. Right move. 5, 7, and deuce for 5.1. And then deuce was very close, just 5, and then 4.7 for the whole flush. Really tight. Here we'll just hold the 5s. Pair is strong. Oh, how strong? that strong. 5 of a kind. Let's go. That gives 75 credits, and that really bumps us back up a bit. Still down overall, but that definitely helps. Gotta appreciate those hands. Here we got Nuttin' Honey. Even got the wild and still couldn't complete it. Again. And again. Wow, we are burning out now that we hit something. All right, we'll give it a moment. Let's sit a second. And what bet max this time? Sometimes you just gotta switch it up, you know? We're gonna go with the 3 threes. I do see the straight flush draw, but the 3 threes guarantees a return, so let's get that return. More diamonds, huh? All right. 8s. Racetracks. I'm inventing new names. Replay? Wouldn't it just be 8s and 10s? It would. I must have held just one pair. Oh, wow. This I think we go for. I know a straight is 10, but you're not getting any better holding it. You do have a easy flush draw. You still have another straight draw if you get rid of it. And you have the chance for the straight flush draw, which is 45. And because we got the deuce and all 3 of them are next to each other, you know, we have some room. We can get the queen, we can get the king, we can get the 8, we can get the 7. I'm going to say we go for it. Hopefully the machine agrees. It did. And it did. We got a 7. And you can see here 11.59. And it was 10 to hold it. You have to think of it. We had, since it was a guaranteed straight, 10 was the expected value because, you know, you weren't going lower, you weren't going higher, you're going exactly at 10. So we need to be over 10, and a straight flush draw with having extra options like that really opens it up. And at least we got the lower hit. Do some jacks on here. Wow, 3 deuces. That's pretty nice. Can we hit our first 4 deuces? Let's check here. 4, 5, 6. So this does not connect, which you probably already knew that. We want the 2 of clubs to hit the big one here. Let's hit the big one. You know, not bad, not bad. We could have got anything out of that, and we got 2 cards next to each other or close to each other. Pulled the straight flush there for 45. That is definitely in the right direction. You can see here, holding the 3 deuces, 71.5. That is very strong, as opposed to the next thing down was 48, holding the 8s, which you wouldn't obviously do when you have wilds. Nice. We're going to hold 3 to a royal here. Pretty simple one. Let's see what we can get. Oh, 1 away, 1 away. Never said that before. Redraw. Got me again. That queen 10. It almost worked too. I gotta remember that better. Queen. Jack. Jack, queen. Alright, we got a pair this time. Negative. Got shot. Alright, so yeah, when you hit a bunch, sometimes the machine sways the other way. And here you can see 1.7 for the gut shot, 1.56 for the redraw. Let's mix it up again. I like doing that once in a while just to confuse the machine, even though it probably makes no difference. 9s. What? There's 4 to a flush? I knew there was 4-to a flush. Did you know there was 4-to a flush? See? That's why I held the 9s. I think it's just a deuce. My goodness. So close. 2 cents. When it's that close, it's rough. It looks like I got this one wrong before. I would think it's just a redraw, but if I got it wrong, it's probably Jack 9. No, it's a redraw and I held Jack 9 last time. Ugh. Kings? Two pair. We are on hand 85. Gonna be a redraw. I really do hope watching these videos helps you learn and get better at the games. That's what I'm trying to do myself, and I'm hoping you coming along for the ride has helped you too. Like I said, I'm just your average person just learning myself. That's fun. Oh, 3 jacks. I do like numbers and odds and stuff like that too a lot, so that does help. However, I'm getting older and I'm not as sharp as I used to be. Here we have a complete straight, but you know what I'm looking at, right? You see it? See that? Straight's 10. 10 jack deuce is probably less, but not much. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Let's see what happens. Right move. 10. It was 6.5, so it was a lot less. I thought it was, and I was like, is it though? 9s. Queen 10. I know those replays. There we go. 3 aces. Oh, beautiful. 2 deuces. 2 more deuces, please. 8s work too. Jack 9? No, that's gotta be a redraw, right? Yeah. You do hold Queen 10, but Jack 9 is out of the royal, you know, area. You wouldn't hold that. Nothing. We got our jacks. Deuces is such a fun and crazy game. What do you think of it? I do enjoy this game a lot. I was like, isn't that a straight? Nope. Hello, McFly. All right, here we go. Gut shot. And we missed. All right, we'll do 5 more hands. We're at hand 99. Jacks and 8s. 8s. I think this is deuce only. Royal draw? Here we go. This hand 4 or 5. I forget. We'll do this and we'll play one more. Ah, last hand. Here we go again. If you want to check out this software, links down below. And if you want to enter the giveaway, just go through and comment, like, and subscribe. I will randomly pick a comment every 29th of the month, except for February. And I will reply to it and get you set up with a 1-month membership if you are the winner. So thanks so much for watching. I definitely appreciate you being here. And let's see what we end with. $38.95, which is 85 more than we started with this round. So successful round here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.